welcome to my channel, Free Spirit, and this reading has been calling at me all morning to do, and it's ironic because I am currently sick, but it didn't want to wait, and it's all about profound self-healing and self-care that's going on right now. I'm posting this in September, in the beginning of September, and you could be feeling this right now, releasing a lot, and really coming back to you and self-care, and it's like profound self-care and how to really care for yourself. And there's a lot of letting go right now because we're all going to be starting new cycles, probably even starting later in the month. And you could be feeling it now, almost like letting go of all the old toxicity and negativity, or really looking at things very deep and releasing it. There's a lot of downtime. I'm feeling run down and physically sick. You might be feeling that as well, but it's all this process of real purging and coming back to you and your energy. And what's ironic is this was literally supposed to be a profound self-love, self-care reading with some blessings and some pure love from Spirit to guide us on tips on how to get through this period and coming back to profound self-care. Because once we purge and completely take care of ourselves, we'll be more equipped and aligned, which is the whole purpose of our purpose, meaning we're going to be cleared out and more aligned to when the new cycle hits of being in the proper alignment to purposely fulfill all this that's divinely coming up for us. And ironically, as soon as I set up the camera, this fell out, this beautiful picture, this blossoming picture, and this is us, what's happening. And this is almost like the growth spurts of what we're feeling right now, is that we're like getting pushed and to blossom. And it says you are just getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process and do not give up. So it's really, that's what's pushing me literally to do this entire reading, because I don't know about the rest of you, but sometimes we feel like we're blooming in the right direction, and we feel some resistance or something else, and we're thinking, maybe this isn't it, maybe we're not intended to do this, I don't know. And so basically they're saying, don't give up, and also to really have patience with yourself in the process. Sometimes, and I've been getting this image a lot, we plant seeds and then we just want these flowers to just poof out of the ground, and they don't work that way. It takes time, it takes divine timing, it takes all of this stuff for it to come out of the ground, and to not lose patience and to do the work, all the work that we're doing, our divine purpose and within ourselves. It all takes time, and there's divine timing, and through it all they are always surrounding us with such love and support to remind us to always stay patient and not give up. And that, we are just getting started, basically. No matter how far you've already bloomed, you're still just getting started. Always have patience with yourself in the process and don't give up. So I wanted to get right into the reading, but that card did fall out. And this is all for self-love. And that was the intention of this whole reading, was that we're getting back to profound self-care, because we have to heal ourselves. And this is a constant process, but right now this is a tough one. There's a lot of purging going on right now, and a lot of coming into real alignment with the truth of ourselves. And when we do that, we're almost being put on a microscope of what's left in us, in our mind, body, and spirit, that we still have to work on and heal and care for. And this is all coming up now. I mean, it really is coming up now. Another strong wave of doing that, so we can move forward lighter, better, healthier. So let's see literally the self-love oracle. What are the self-care messages right now? And that's going to be the theme of the whole thing. You can't make this up. Heal. And there's a magical, divine, amazing, magical healing going on. And it says some wounds need to be acknowledged before they can be completely healed. Allow yourself the time, space, and processes necessary to find your wholeness again. They're also, it's almost like leaning on divine support here. There's a lot of solitude in this, a lot of alone time. There could be just a lot of see how she's relaxing on the unicorn. It's almost like completely allowing this divine process. The way she's leaning on it, it's almost like divine relaxation into it, like surrendering into the process, and just pure. And she's also very grounded, laying on the ground. It's just very grounded and looking, knowing you're divinely supported as you're healing. And these are the deeper core wounds that I'm feeling are really being addressed right now. This is what I'm really feeling is happening. You know how we I don't know, we are consistently always healing ourselves along the way with little things, but this is like deep core rooted stuff that's really being dug deep and excavated out, if that's the word. And so these deep wounds are being acknowledged and released now. This is what's really happening now too, to help us shift higher. And we need real time and space to do this. And there could be a lot of downtime. And you got to give yourself space to do this too. So what are there any other self-love? Because this is what I really feel is happening. It's deep, profound healing with the divine. And it's to the core. I don't know how else to explain it. I think this is like the only self. Let's go into the surrender cards and see what they want to say, what will help us in the process. The power of surrender to help us in this healing. Because as we heal, we'll be blossoming higher, farther. Oh my gosh, you can't make this up. This is turned around. This is turned around without me. Oh my gosh, again, you can't make this up. This was already flipped over in the deck again. It's surrender to the wisdom of your body. And this is listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. We are getting so aligned to our body. You know, our body speaks to us all the time. And what another thing that came through, this is really profound and weird how this is coming up the very next day. Last night, I was actually being guided almost through like, I don't even know how it started, but it was like, I started having all these feelings come up from inside, like deep buried feelings that I didn't even know I had anymore. And as soon as they came up, it was like my spirit guide or something in my mind was saying to me, breathe it out, just release the feeling. So it was like a very uncomfortable feeling, almost buried from the past. I don't even know where it came from or what triggered it, but I started feeling it, and it was just like, blow it out, just release it. You don't want to feel that anymore, hand it over. So I breathed it out. Then I started thinking in my mind something, and then it was like another little small voice in the back of my head was like, breathe that out too. You don't want to think that anymore. What's the purpose of thinking that? You don't need to think that right now. And I breathed that out as well. And it was really weird because it was really natural. It was like every time you have an uncomfortable feeling or thought, it's almost like going back to those unconscious things that we play over and over in, and they're sitting in our body. They're sitting somewhere stored in our mind, or they're sitting somewhere stored in our heart. And every time something could trigger it, it's like we go instantly back to that feeling of the wound, or the feeling in our head, the thinking, the poor negative thinking, or whatever. And it was just very calmly, just breathe it out. Just breathe it out. The moment you have awareness of it, just be like, that's old. I don't need that in there anymore. Breathe it out. It was really weird. And another thing they showed me was that, you know, we go through our life and then we accumulate all this stuff. It's almost like a computer. It's like we get bogged down with too much crap we haven't successfully cleared out. And you know, when your computer doesn't work that well, you have to reboot it, shut the whole thing down, and then restart it, and then it runs smoother because you just had too many things running at once. It's also that kind of thing too. This they showed me around this time. It's like more downtime to just clear out what we were just running almost unconsciously and consciously, like not even knowing how many things we were running at once. Just coming down to the time, back to this like time and space. Where was this? Like time and space and processes, like allow yourself to find the wholeness again. It's almost like completely shut down. I guess that's what I was picking up, like leaning against the divine, time out, like turn it all off to reboot it, and then surrender to the wisdom of your body. It's like as you go, if you hear messages, first of all, the intuition is so strong. If you feel negative or your energy lowered by people, situations, and everything else, you feel drained, uncomfortable, you know already, trust your intuition, you end that toxicity and negativity. You listen to what things right now in the moment will lift your energy, and what just you feel burdened by. Sometimes, especially, you feel energy, it's like you know already, you feel that weight on your shoulders, you feel that pit in your stomach, you feel that nervousness, you get headaches. It's all these things. It's you got to listen to the wisdom of your body. Only you can know that for yourself, and your body does tell you. You listen to that, you release the burden, you release the situation, the person, the place, the situation. You physically feel better. And very often I find throughout my entire life, if you don't literally call yourself out of a situation, your body will. So I learned over the years, it's like, and someone said something very profound to me, you don't have to wait until you get sick or don't feel well to pull yourself out of a situation. Meaning, like, all of a sudden now I'd have a migraine, or I am sick, I can't go, I can't do it. But it was like way before I could have just said, that's not for me, I don't want to do that, that's too much or whatever. But it was like I didn't. I felt like the right thing to do was to be there or to do it, and then my body called me out. So it's really coming in touch with the wisdom of our body, and any uncomfortable thought or feeling that is in conflict with the wisdom of your body, it's like, let it go. Like, for example, I feel run down, my body's calling me out. If I fight it and feel like I'm thinking, I still have to do this and that and whatever, and I feel burdened because that's in conflict with the wisdom of my body, breathe it out. So I'm learning too, it's like, as we have a thought or feeling that doesn't agree with us, and we know it's in conflict with the truth of where we're supposed to do or think, just breathe it out and release it and hand it over to whatever you believe in. It's almost like I just was naturally guided to say, I don't want this feeling or thought anymore, and just breathe it out. And then you breathe in something else. Just breathe in peace. You don't even have to consciously think of something else. Just let it go. But definitely surrender to the wisdom of your body. Your body knows. This is profound, actually. This is a deeper, I knew it was like a profound self-healing, profound healing. Oh my gosh, you cannot make this up. Surrender to the magic of who you are. Surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember, you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. This is all like, you are magical. You're magical in every moment. Remember, you're a magical being. See, again, she's laying on the ground. She's very grounded. This is reminding me of this. And the unicorn is a very magical creature. It's almost, see, have this pointed out that she's grounded, and this is very magical. It's getting back to the divine magical piece of you, your own energy, being very grounded in it and releasing all else. And there's tremendous peace in this. It's a tremendous piece of just laying here grounded, relaxing against the divine here, and just, we all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember, you're a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. You are enough just where you are. Surrender to the magic of just who you are. This is the profound healing. This is the profound surrendering. This is a profound clear out. This is a profound release of everything that tells you that you aren't magical, that you aren't enough. Yeah, that's what it is. And the very last line was, you are a magical being with a uniqueness and a worth that come from just being you. And that's it. That's it. I mean, that is it. We're releasing everything that's in conflict with that on a very deep soul level. That knowing you are a true magical being, even in the most mundane aspects of life. And to remember that you're a magical being and you have uniqueness and worth just from being yourself. And that's profound healing of letting go of everything that's in conflict with that. That is really deep, I do have to say. Let's go right to the blessings. What's the profound blessing of this profound self-love and healing? What's the blessing? Ooh, I knew they wanted to talk. The profound blessing is humor lights the world. And we have, I am blessed by wit and humor. I see the light side of dark times. I see the antic grace in awkwardness, the comic foibles in human nature. I am serious in my commitments, but I'm lighthearted in my fulfillment of them. Yeah, they always lighten up, literally lighten up, and bring the light to the dark, right? And that's what we're doing. We're surrendering the dark. We're lighting up the dark. And also, I wrote this whole thing about, they actually made me laugh. The spirit message had come through about the real way to go through your life is lighthearted. And as serious as we are, and we have very serious things going on, but there's something about being lighthearted. And they even said that is like the secret to anti-aging. It's the secret to staying young. It's the secret to living life happy. Always, you know, the humor. It's actually a very serious thing to be lighthearted. They literally were saying that over and over and over and over again. When you think about it, your heart, if you remain lighthearted, you're full of, you know, it's profound healing with that as well. To remain, you know, have your sense of humor and be lighthearted, see the upside of things. Consistently always raise your spirit, laughing at yourself along with others, you know, but there's something about seeing the light of the situation no matter what, bringing the light to the dark no matter what. And this one is love others. Yeah, love others. And this is, I bless and salute the divine goodness available for all human beings and in all human beings. I allow people to be uniquely themselves. Again with the uniquely, bringing their true natures and true gifts to our relationships. I do not demand that those who love me change their essential nature for my comfort. Again with the unique, it's allowing yourself and others to be uniquely whoever you are and coming back to yourself. And then it's, yeah, that's what I'm really finding. It's like everyone is unique and everybody has that divine uniqueness. And that's what we're all getting back to. We're clearing out. There's nothing that has to, we all can be uniquely, we're all connected, but we are all uniquely different. And that's the beauty of it. There's like no competition. Like you can shine, I can shine kind of thing is what I'm getting. So you can get back to your core and your uniqueness, and so can everybody else be truly aligned to themselves, and then we can all each honor each other in that way. What's the other blessing? What is the other blessing? Humor lights the world, and then look at the tremendous love in the other one. Love others. And when you heal yourself, you're more open and lit up to love others too. Charity. Charity. Mine is a charitable heart. It is rooted in the wisdom of compassion. It is fed by the springs of self-love. That's what this whole thing is. Taking a compassionate view of myself and others, I act in the world with gentle temperance. I am not rash in action, harsh in judgment, quick in condemnation of those I see. Again, it's talking about when we're fed by the springs of self-love. This is why this is like a profound self-love reading. When we empty all the other stuff out and we're just fed by, we are such a spring of self-love. We have such a compassionate view of ourselves being filled with self-love. And then that is what enables us to just love others more freely and in balance. It's acting with such a fresh new balance because we've cleared out ourselves and are coming from such a filled up place. It just naturally overflows. And I think that's what we're all divinely getting to. You know, if you clean out all the gook of the past and everything that clogs our systems, like that overload computer, going back to that analogy, you clear out all those programs no longer needed. You have more space to fill it with love. And then that love just overflows naturally out into the world. I think this is like the big profound thing that's happening. I think that's what they're trying to get through. I do. I think that's the whole purpose of the whole self-love thing, because it's actually the most generous thing you can do is clean and heal yourself. Then you fill your capacity and you'll have more to give. Oh my gosh. Let's just end it with pure love from spirit, because they were the ones. Oh no, I pulled the wrong cards. Oh well. Yeah, that's the end of this reading. Wow, I really think that was the whole thing. That's like the whole hidden meaning through the whole entire thing. Okay, so this has been the profound healing and self-love, self-care message. I'm posting it in September, but it can be for whenever you want. But this is where I feel the message they wanted to bring through, and that's the message that almost like the deeper meaning of what this whole self-care thing is all about and why we're being pushed to do this profound self-care, especially right now or whenever you find this video. But this is like why, and this is why they push me to pull these particular cards. I can see now when you lose sight of the purpose, going back to the very first card that came out, when sometimes you don't even understand the process, you don't even understand what's going on. Like, what's the point of this huge clean out? What's the point of all this downtime? What's the point of this process right at this moment? It's like we're all blossoming this way, and it says you are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. And so this is the whole divine reason. It's for you, it's for us, it's for the world, it's for others. And they just illustrated it with all these decks and cards. It became clear to me. So it's almost like whenever we get stuck down in the process of it, this is like the bigger picture of why and why it's so important. And it's important for the world and the people around you that you actually do that profound self-care for yourself, because in the end you're going to have more to give, and you are definitely supposed to right now surrender to the wisdom of your body. It's helping you heal, knowing what to get rid of, the toxicity, and it will help you get back to and continuously surrender to the magic of who you truly are, because you're a magical being. Let's end it with this. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. That was the core message takeaway that we need to feel grounded and supported and linked with the divine, and to know and trust and be at peace and at one with the magic of all you are and of who you are. This was beautiful. All right, take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.